All right. Thank you so much for joining me in this new episode of the podcast Come Full Cycle. My name is Marigold Era, and this is me, raw and unedited. If you're used to this podcast, you know that I always start these podcasts with an intro that I work so hard on. I did like the editing and I do lots of editing and timestamp and thumbnails and the perfect background and the makeup and the hair and everything and this and that and whatever. But right now, I am beyond tired of aiming for perfection, professionalism, and just like everything that needs to be a certain way. So I just decided to record more spontaneously. Um, all right, so let's do it. So the last episode I did was about redefining the success. And gosh, let me just be real with you guys. I'm beyond exhausted to even define my success, my business, my podcast, myself. I was putting so much fucking pressure on myself to keep on going with my freaking concept and just like trying to do these episodes on the full moons and a reflection on the new moon and that last episode about redefining success was just like I don't know. I know it was just the start of this new thing, but the pressure that I was putting on myself was way too much that I could just not handle it anymore. And if you guys have been here with me, you know that I've been redefining my shit so much. That's all I do. I feel like that's that's all I do, redefining and realigning and rebranding and all of this. And I just didn't want to redefine anything. And yeah, so the fact is that I tried to sit many times, many times with this topic, and I was trying to find, the great angle and asking myself this question of like, how do I define my success? How do I define myself? How do I define um, my relationship, where I live? All of this, and I was like, just too overwhelmed to do it, and yeah, I was putting so much pressure on myself also to publish on the exact date that I said. And mm, this freaking pressure that I put on myself, like no one's is putting this pressure on me except me. And so I made the decision to stop the freaking hamster wheel and to take the winter, to slow things down and to tune in with Mother Nature. And so the last episode I did was January 3rd. And yeah, it was the beginning of winter, and which is like the 21st of December, or the 22nd, depending. So yeah, so we celebrated Yule and we had like a really cool family gathering, friends gathering, and I published this episode right after. And then I was just like, winter was really there outside. It was like white everywhere, silence, and that was calling me more than keep on hustling and just like keep on pushing this thing that I've been doing for years. And I feel like the way I was doing it was really tiring and it was really overriding my nervous system. And I'm really good to keep on pouring from an empty cup. I don't know how I do it. Like even when I was pregnant, I was so low in iron that my midwife was like, just clueless on how I was still standing, but I was not just standing, I was also raising 2 kids and being pregnant with one and renovating a house and doing the grocery and the cooking and everything, and just like, I was not just standing up, I was doing all the things with so low iron that my midwife was like, "What? How how are you doing this?" Like, it was, like, scientifically impossible for her. So I don't know how I do it, but I do it. And it was time for me to stop. It was time for me to stop to hustle like that in my business because it was really taking a toll on my health and on my mental health and my sleeping and my relationship with my family, my kids. I was like way too involved and committed, and but, like, in the way that was, like, just so much pressure. Okay. So, yeah, so that's why I decided to take the whole winter. So now we're March 6th, and, it's not spring yet, but every day I walk outside and the snow is melting and the sun is getting warmer and the birds are coming back, and, it's still cold over here, but there's definitely this spring energy that's knocking at our door, and I was like, maybe it's time to come back and to chat with you all. So what the hell did I do these past 2 months? First of all, I freaked out. Of course. I was so used to hustling all the time and overworking myself and going upstairs in my office. And if you're watching this video, you see that I'm not in my office. I'm actually in my living room. I'm not stuck in that one decor, which was also a thing for me. Um, but yeah, I was like, every time I was going upstairs and I was working my ass off, and then I was coming back downstairs and trying to keep, myself awake and present for my kids and for, the chore and family life. And I don't know, I was just not able to do it. Like, some people are really good at doing all of those things. For me, it was just like, sorry. It was just really hard. It was just really hard to actually do all of it, and I feel like it was the way that I was doing it. Um, so yeah, and I don't know if you feel like that, but for me, it's like energy is energy is energy is energy. And so, since I was like putting so much pressure on myself to be a certain way in my podcast and my business and with my clients, with, all of it on social media, I was pushing something that was not necessarily authentic. Like, I don't wanna say authentic because it was me. It was me overworking myself, like, that was fully true and real, but the result weren't the ones that I was, expecting from the amount of work that I was putting. Like, there was not that same amount getting back to me, and that was really frustrating for me because I was like, what the fuck, I'm doing all the things that I'm supposed in quote to do, and yeah, it was just not coming back. And so I really, like, stopping all of that was so hard. It was so hard. It felt so weird not to be on a do mindset all the time, and to actually slow down and to actually, yeah, just slow down and just like chill and stay in my pajamas or whatever. Like, it felt weird because I haven't done that in so many years. And there's just so much to do already in a family life. And then putting my business the way I was doing it was just like bad, you guys. Um, so yeah, it was really hard. It was really hard to stop at the beginning. I didn't know what to do with myself. It felt awfully weird. I felt depressed, and like I was losing something, and yeah, it was awful. um but at one point, after watching way too much bad TV, because I didn't know what else to do, I couldn't find my creativity. I was really lost without the hustling. And so I watched a lot of bad dating show on Netflix. Not ashamed. I think it's funny. um, and now my Netflix algorithm is all fucked up, and they think that I really like those shows, so they're just like keep on pushing them. You know how it works. so so yeah, I made these dreads. So if you're watching on YouTube, you see I have like white, blondish, like dirty blonde and white dreadlocks, which was really fun. I found like a new technique. That's when I started being back in my creativity and just like being open to doing more stuff that are not from that hustling mindset, but just like that creative mind of discovering something different, learning something different. I also ditched freaking Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for those 2 months. Barely went on there. I don't think I posted anything. I was just like, it's like social media is like 24/7. It's really, you got to be really strong with yourself to stop at one point. And I felt like I needed to engage with people and keep on posting. And I don't know, the freaking algorithm was just like not showing my stuff. And I was just like so triggered. Like, am I doing the right thing? Am I posting at the right time? I was trying to understand this whole thing, but there was no fun behind it. And so I made the conscious choice to stop going on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. And so I did my best, because in my small town here, a lot of businesses and activities and stuff are on Facebook. So I've been trying to keep away and just like take the information I need from my little town and then get off as soon as I can. Um, Also, it wasn't that long ago, but I decided to start calling myself the self mastery witch, and I killed that, because who the fuck am I kidding? Like, I'm not mastering anything. I'm just a fucking human that's just like trying to, go through life. I'm not mastering myself. I don't want to teach people to master themselves. That's not what I want to do. That's not what I'm about. I like the word witch still. I'm still gonna, you know, uh, be and do witchy, be witchy things and be witchy altogether. But the self mastery was just like another fucking illusion. It was just another fucking illusion. And I just didn't resonate with it anymore. It was just like, I remember when I took that name, it was coming from like a very insecure part of myself that really needed a title. And I didn't want to go with the coaching industry anymore. And I was like, I'm going to be a fucking witch. And then I'm going to be the self mastery witch. And it was cocky. And, we're always learning all the way. I think until we closes our eyes, until we close our eyes forever. Well, until we come back, whatever you believe, whatever I believe. But yeah, the self mastery witch was just like, it was bold, but I couldn't keep it up, because that's not, I don't want to become a master. I don't want, it's just like the mastery thing. I just didn't resonate with it. I just like, it was catchy and I thought, let's go, let's do it. And yeah. Other than that, I did a lot of rituals. Um, it was really fun to really be back with the witch, and in a very subtle and private way. without like me trying to show the world that I do this and that. And I also worked a lot on regulating my nervous system. So if you know me, if you don't, that's all good. But I'm a very big fan of horror movies, and I tried to watch some at one point, and I got so scared. And it wasn't like even a really scary movie. It was like one from the 70s. And it's always like funny to me, those movies, because they're so old and the lighting is bad and the music is bad and the acting is bad. And it's just all bad, but it's like silly. Um, but somehow this movie just like freaked the fuck out of me. And I couldn't sleep and I was like very, very nervous. Like my heart was beating fast and I was like just on the lookout. And it was very foreign for me because I love horror movie since I'm like 12, and it has pretty much always been in my life, maybe except when I was pregnant and when I was breastfeeding, because it was like another vibe in my life. And I wasn't watching horror movies at this point. It was just like not aligned. But then when my kids were growing older, like it was always something that I was into, and at different degrees, but still like not even being able to watch one because I was too stressed out. It was just like, "Oh, shit," you know? Like, so I really, really, really needed to work on my nervous system and sleep better and move more, and, I feel like leaving the podcast and the business and the social media behind left this whole space in my life so that I could actually process all of that, and so that was really good. I took long walks every day, trying to hit my 10,000, steps, and, I'm getting there. I'm not putting the pressure on myself, but like every day I'm just like checking if I'm, moving in a sense that makes me feel good. And it's been great. Just like stepping outside every day, which I wasn't doing before because I was just like just working too much. I couldn't find the time. And so I spent so much time, like super, super highly quality time with my kids and my husband. And that was that was wonderful. Um, like to actually spend that quality time with my kids and to have this energy with the presence that I can give them was really, really fun, and still is. I am super proud of the relationship I have with my kids and even my teenage daughter, which I was very afraid of. Let me tell you, she's a Scorpio, Leo rising. So if you're a little bit into astrology, you can see like she has like a big personality. And I was kind of afraid of like the teenage years. Like she was kind of sweet when she was young, but then when the puberty hit and like everything started to change and she began to be like really um spicy. And I was really afraid of these of these times. But yeah, like we are spending so much time together and it's super fun. We're watching she's really into like K-drama and K-pop, and we're watching music videos, listening to music together, and it's just like super light and fun. And with my youngest, I've been coaching her, like not officially, but with cheerleading. So we do practice a lot here, and it's really fun. And just like, yeah, just bringing my relationship with my husband, forward and working on that in a way that was different. And I feel really close to him right now, which is amazing. I also solidified my friendship here. So I'm gonna tell you guys, like for the first time in my whole life, really, um, I always had like this one friend that followed me till through thick and thin, since high school. But other than that, like true friends that I still talk to right now, no, there's no one that I can call from my past that are like really friends with me or um it's just like never. stuck around. And for the first time in my life, I have like many, many, many friends and like good quality friends. And so I put so much effort, um, which was not hard because it was just fun to spend time with these people and talking and good conversation, good food, and just like solidifying these friendships. And it's been great. And the other thing that I've been doing is that I started a 365 self-love challenge on Substack. So I don't know if you guys know what Substack is, but it was my replacement for social media, because not because I wanted to um consume, but I felt like the need in the winter to still be somewhere virtually. And even with Secret and Sassy, my previous podcasts, we were working on Substack, and I really, really enjoyed that platform. So I was like, what if I give it a try for myself? And it's been growing, as much as my nervous system is allowing it. So it's not like a growth that's like from 1 to 1,000 really quickly, because I don't think that my nervous system would like that anyway, but I'm letting it grow slowly but surely. So if you guys want to join us and join me on Substack, it's a fun little platform, really, you guys. It's amazing. It's a lot of quality people, great conversation, and not the type where you get shunned or you get like judged or you get canceled. Or, um, there's a lot of great artists that are on there, great thinkers, great seekers, great writers. And I've been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. And I think I'm at day 65 of this self-love challenge. And let me tell you guys, it changed a lot for me, because when I started, my self love level was really, really, really low. It was low. It was low. I couldn't find success in my professional life. I felt like I was failing my kids, my husband. I hated where I was living. I couldn't find myself really loving this place. And it was just like there was no self love of it. And I could see myself slip into like even the opposite of the spectrum, where I was self-hating on myself a lot. And that was crazy, because it has been a really, really long time since I've done that. And I've been doing that a lot when I was a teenager. And even, a young adult, I was really harsh on my own body and putting a lot of expectation on myself. And my family life was like where I found the self-love. But those past few years where I was like really hustling for this business that I was trying to start, and I saw these pattern, coming back, and I needed that to stop, because I cannot offer the mother that I know that I am to my kids if I'm hating on myself. And they will mirror that to me, and they will, copy it. They will do that for themselves. And I saw that it was bringing really lots of sadness for them to, hear something slip out of my mouth, and where I was hating on myself, on hating on my body, or thinking that I was too fat, or thinking that I was like getting older way too quickly. Um, and so it was really hard for them to witness all of that. And so it was just like I need that to stop, and to help me accountable, I'm gonna post every day on Substack. And so I do this little thing where I meditate every night, just a short amount. Like I'm not going to sit and meditate for hours, because that's really bad for my nervous system. And so I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to just like ground myself and reflect on my day after a moment of silence. so that I can find something in my day that I loved about myself. And 65 days later, I can now see myself in the mirror and be like, "Hey, girl, good looking, you know? You got this." Like, I bring more positivity, and it's been hard, but it's been working, so I'm happy. So yeah, so I wanted to invite you to come and join me on the Substack app. And I don't think I'm charging for anything yet. I'm just playing. I'm just like doing this thing. And if you want to come with me and meet those other amazing people that are on the app, um, it's a great suggestion, and I'm inviting you because it's a great platform that I really enjoy. And I feel like there's so much potential and so much quality on there. And it's helped me bring peace with virtual life. So I don't know. Maybe that speaks to you and you want to try it out too. So if you do, come and join us. Um, I don't know, like I would usually say click and I'm gonna link it, blah blah blah. I don't know if I'm gonna do that, to be real. Like the whole like thing, I don't know. I'm just gonna let this happen. I'm on Substack, Marigold Era, it's the same thing. I think it's linked on my Facebook or whatever, I don't know. I'll see. Maybe it's gonna be in the description, I don't know. Um so yeah, so there you go. I'm gonna stop yapping, and I don't know when I'm gonna be back. I'm not committing right now. Um, I just had this thing to say, and so I'll see if it's something that I want to do more often. And if you'd like that, like you can leave a comment. I would love to read you guys. It's always more fun when we have feedback, to be honest. So I don't know if something resonated, you can drop a line or talk to your friends about it, or you do you. You do you. I'm not forcing you to do anything. All right, so I'm gonna let you go. I wish you an amazing day, the rest of your day, whatever, wherever you're watching this, and I'll see you soon. Ciao.